Does what you decide to do when you leave school make a difference to your health later in life? Research has shown that education in general is good for your health, but does it matter what type? To help answer this question, we looked at what a group of 16 to 21-year-olds did in the 1990s, whether they stayed on at school, did vocational training, a mixture of the two, or left school at 16. Then we looked at their health in their 20s and 30s to see if there were any differences between the groups. To help us with our story, meet Andrew, Vince, Mike, and Nick. This is Andrew. Andrew stayed on and did A-levels, then went on to university. He represents people who have academic qualifications. This is Vince. He went to college at 16 and trained as a plumber. He represents people who did vocational education and training. This is Mike. He stayed on to do A-levels, then went to college and trained in business management. He represents people who did a mixture of academic and vocational qualifications. Finally, this is Nick. He didn't enjoy school, so decided to leave as soon as he could and get a job. He represents people who left school at 16. So what do we look at? We asked people how healthy they thought they were compared to people their age, and whether or not they smoked. We compared the results for people who continued in education with those who left. So we compared Andrew, Vince and Mike's health in their 20s and 30s with Nick's. So what did we find? Well, when it came to how healthy people felt, Andrew and Mike said they felt healthier than Nick. Vince felt about the same health-wise as Nick. When we looked at smoking, Andrew, Mike and Vince all smoked less than Nick, so each type of education was linked to people smoking less. So is it all about what you do when you leave school, or is some of this decided earlier in life? We decided to see if family background or what GCSE grades people got also made a difference. We found that while smoking was still reduced by staying on in any type of education, differences in health were more affected by how well people like Andrew and Mike did in their GCSEs than by what they did next. So what does this mean? How you do at school can really affect your options post-16, but you already know this. What our research shows is that it can also really affect your health and the choices you make about your health in your 20s and 30s too.